Hello and welcome to lesson 110. Today we're going to look at the coordinate plane. By the end of the lesson we'll be able to name the coordinates and the quadrants in the coordinate plane and graph points on the coordinate plane. So to start out with, we're going to talk about what a coordinate plane is. And by definition, a coordinate plane is formed by the intersection of two number lines. So we are going to have a horizontal, which is the left to right, number line. Okay, this is what we call the x-axis. And then we're going to have a vertical number line that is going to intersect this. This is called our y-axis. And then if you notice, there's four regions of this graph. We have this region here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each of these four regions are what we call quadrants. And these quadrants actually have a certain number. So if I tell you to do something in quadrant 1 will be this quadrant 2, then it goes quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So if we look at this on something a little bit nicer, let's go to the next slide. You can see that we end up with something that looks like this. Now the other important part to a coordinate plane is what we call the origin. And the origin is the point where the two number lines, the horizontal and the vertical number line, or the x and the y-axis intersect. And this right here then is the origin. This is the coordinate point, what we call 0, 0. And that's because it's the 0 value on the x number line, and it's also the 0 value on the y number line. When we plot points on a coordinate plane, we call these an ordered pair, and an ordered pair just tells us the location of the point. So an ordered pair is going to look like one of these two here, and if you notice, the x value is always listed first. So in this case, x is equal to -5. And then your y value is always listed after the comma, or in this case, y is equal to -4. So if I wanted to plot this point here, I'm going to look at x, and I'm going to go -5 in the x direction. Well, x is the horizontal, y is the vertical, and you may want to label your axes if they're not already labeled for you. So -5 on my number line tells me I'm going to go to the left 5 units. So right now I'm kind of sitting here, but then I also have to go 4 units down, and I know it's down because of the negative. So if I go 4 units down, that's going to drop me at this point right here. And this point here is -5, -4. Okay, and for example 1, it says point A is 2 units to the left of the y-axis and 1 unit above. So 2 units to the left. So again, remember this is my x, this is my y. So 2 units to the left is going to put me right here at -2 on the x-axis, and then 1 unit above is going to put me right here. Now because I list my x-axis first, or my x point, I went 2 to the left, which is a -2, and I went 1 unit up, or in the positive direction, so I have a +1 for the y. So our coordinate point then is -2, 1. And again, because we, if we look at the quadrants, remember that this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. My coordinate point is located in quadrant 2. And you will need to know which quadrant is which. For example 2, it says graph the following points. I have the coordinate point -1, 3. So I'm going to start out by labeling my x and y. And I'm going to go -1, which is to the left 1, and 3 up in the positive direction. Now, these are labeled. If you notice, I have A, B, C, and so on. I am going to put a label of point A above this, just so I know which point this is. Point B is 0, 0. So that would be right here at the origin, and that's point B. Point C is 5, 0. So that tells me I go +5, or to the right 5 on the x-axis. And 0 means I'm not going up or down in the y direction. So that's C. D is 2 to the right, and -2 means I'm going down 2 units on the y-axis. E is a -2 first, so that means I'm going to the left 2, and then a +2, which means I'm going to go up 2 on the y-axis. So this would be E, and F is -5, -4, so I'm going to the left 5 and down 4. So this point here would be F. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in class.